Hey guys, so to this video we're going to be covering a couple different things regarding some different things as far as documentation. So we're going to be covering tagging and labeling sheets, paper and model space, viewports, and hopefully schedules as well. Some of this I've covered with you guys as a class, and I just kind of wanted to officially go over in detail and get it on a video. Other things are things that I kind of worked with some of you individually on, and then some again are just things I haven't shown anyone. So yeah, I guess let's just jump right in. So this is that previous model that I was using for some other stuff for the one of the older milestones. And so I'm just going to use this because it gives us something to work with. And then I'm just going to come in and place my arrows there. And as I cycle through and start adding all these in, we can see that we're populating our elevations here. We all should have discussed that. That should be something you guys kind of innately know at this point. So let me just get all those checked there. I deleted them from the previous model that I had, so they're not here anymore. So a couple things. First, and I think I already discussed this part in particular, was that if you, I don't think you can do that, yeah, okay. Let's see if it'll let me, no, it won't, okay. I like trying stuff just in case they've changed anything. All right, so I'm gonna drag one at a time. Again, it's kind of a personal preference thing, but some people like doing them right to left, other people like doing them left to right. Doesn't matter to me as long as you get them all in there. So I'm just going to start with 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. And one thing that I would like to point out as I'm doing this is you can watch the elevation markers here as I start pulling these out. Let me actually get rid of these two. As I do that, so I think this one right here was 2. So as I pull this one out and place it, you can see that right here it just labeled this set of elevations as being on page A101, which is this page right here. And then it also labeled this drawing 5 because it's the 5th drawing on that page. So when you are dragging these out and placing them and doing everything, keep an eye on the order that you're placing them. It just kind of helps keep things consistent. Another personal preference that I could talk to you guys about is some people prefer these kind of being in a grid. I'm not like that, but if you did want to do a grid, you could do a guide grid right here, which just kind of helps you space things out. Additionally, you could also do no. Where'd it go? Oh, it's not going to let me do model lines here. I used to have a way for doing that. Doesn't matter. I'll figure something out. So anyway, oh, and this one got sneaky. Why did that get sneaky? Those are all checked. Oh, see, it jumped the thing again on me here. Ugh, I hate when it does this. Something must have changed because Revit was not this bad. Not that long ago, as far as being tedious with the elevation, and something must have changed in the recent version. If you are having to rename a bunch of these, the F2 on the keyboard will let you just highlight it and immediately begin changing it. So let's make sure we get all of these right. And that's kind of what brought that up, was I was checking to make sure that this was getting them added correctly, and that started getting them. So let's keep adding these in. Okay. Let's do this last one too, just to make sure we've got it. And change that to elevation 3. B, C, and D. Okay, so we have all these elevations here now. So there's a couple things that I didn't show you guys because I kind of want to make your life difficult before I make it easy, so that you know how to do stuff the hard way. It's a weird philosophy. So one of those things is formatting these. So right now, let me get back to a single view so we can see what's going on here better. All right, so we've got all these elevations here, and they've got a couple different things going on. We've got elevation markers and basements and these different level markers. We don't want those. We want to make sure everything's 1/4 inch scale. And then we probably don't want to see these section cut markers here as well. So one of the things you can do is use a view template, which is right here at the kind of, your phases are down here, view templates are right here, top of the second section from the bottom. So currently, if I click on one of these, it says it has no view template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to assign it architectural elevation. And if I hit apply, it's going to do that to it. So it's going to go with whatever was default set. In this case, it's 1/8 inch scale and blah, blah, blah here. I want to change this around. So kind of like with everything else in Revit, I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm just going to call this architectural 1/4 inch elevation. Okay, so now I have, again, my own little template that I can use. And so my 1/4 inch ones I'm going to want to come in a 1/4 inch, and so we'll make all our changes through here, and I'll kind of work through all these different steps. Wow, really? There it is. Okay. So I want it to default display to normal, detail level, medium is fine for this. Now, this whole section right here is kind of what I really wanted to go into here. And these are the overrides. And so we're going to change some of these overrides so that we get what we want out of here. So first we want to get rid of these level lines. We want to get rid of section cuts. Yeah. So let's go to annotation here for this section, and you can jump between any of this. These 5 sections right here are all duplicated in the tabs here. So you can just, doesn't matter which one you go into, you can jump back and forth between them. So we want to look for level lines. So I'm going to scroll down to, oh my God, did they do it? Oh, someone got to them. Someone finally got to Revit and asked, oh, they got it in there. Okay. I'm so excited. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's uncheck levels here. And let's do section cuts right there. So we'll hit apply. Okay, that makes my day. Wow, okay. Been asking for that, been complaining about that for years. Okay, so if I hit apply, it should update that one right there. Hit OK, and now we have this drawing is now formatted kind of the way that I taught you guys in the previous CAD course. So just to keep everything consistent, that's what it looks like. So you could go through and you could select one of these at a time, and you could select that and hit OK, and you would format these. But the easier way is to select the whole section of elevations you have, do apply view, right click on this, choose apply view template, and then choose that right there. And you can format all of your elevations all at once. It seems like kind of a weird small thing, but especially when we start looking at your final, there are, what is it? I think I remember seeing 60 to 70 elevation sets in that. So, or maybe it's individual elevations, whatever. It's a lot of elevations. And so you guys would have to do a lot of work to format those. So that should speed up that process. Similarly, if you guys are working with, say, a floor plan view, so if I go to the level 1 that's here, then I can edit this to show or not show things. So again, I would go to view template. There's an architectural plan default. If I apply that, again, it adopts kind of whatever settings were previously there. And then I could again come in here and change this around. So if I go to, oops, let's not change anything yet. Let me pull up my sheet. Let's add, nope, there we go. Another sheet here. Okay, so then this is my second sheet, and I'm going to throw in let's see, what would be, oh, I probably should have grabbed a different file for this part. Oh well. Okay, there's new, existing. Okay, so let's say that I wanted to format these all together. So again, I could select both of these plan views, and let's grab this one as well. I'll leave that one as my working version. Choose a view template, we'll go to architectural plan, apply it, hit OK. And it's mostly formatted again kind of how we would want, but let's say that for whatever reason we had a different style. So this would be, we'll duplicate this, architectural plan, 1/4 inch, no elevations. Elevation markers. Okay, so it's a bit of a long name, but it will work. So again, we'll change this around. We will set this to 1/4 inch. And then again, let's say, yeah, let's say no elevation markers. So again, I'll hop into the annotation categories here. We'll use this fancy new menu. I'm so excited. Trust me, look at this menu, you guys. Like, you would have to search through all of this to find stuff. And then that's just like the ones that don't have like collapsible menus within them. Oh, you guys are you should be excited. All right. So reformat those 1/8 or 1/4 inch, and with the appropriate settings there. So then, again, we kind of went over this in class at an individual basis, but actually positioning these plan views is a step unto itself. So, all right. So, where was that? All right. So, when you're moving things around on this page, you would have to click on the plan view itself, and you can drag it around. And then if you completely deselect it, find the leader line for it, move it in position, click the viewport again, and now you can resize that line to right there. All right, so if I want to modify anything in this, I'm just gonna have to double click in there, and that basically gets me back into editing just like I'm in my actual model space plan view over there. So just adjust these in, and then I'm kind of happy with that. Maybe I'll move it just a smidge over. Okay, so pretty happy with that. I see no issues with that. Again, just like the elevations, these don't have any values in there until I actually put them in a drawing. So let me get one more sheet here. And let's do tile. Let's close that. No, that's the one I needed. Oh no, this one I want. Okay. Same thing here. So I've got this section cut view right here. So where's my sections? Of course, it's the other one. So if I place that in, you can see that now it automatically updated those as drawing 2 on page A103, which is where those are. So let's see, we'll come back to that in a minute. Where was I? Page 3. Oh, no, here. Okay, so those are positioned. I'm happy with that. Let's go, actually, yeah, let's go back to here. So one of the things I really kind of haven't shown you guys, I've mentioned it to a couple people, and I'm just going to format this section like a elevation. So actually, let's use the default one right here. What's that do if I apply it? Nada. Okay. I don't like those elevation markers showing up, so I'm actually just going to hit it with my 1/4 inch elevation style here, and we will go from there. So deselect that, move this up here. So the thing that I haven't really shown most of you guys yet is that you can actually edit the outlines of these. So if I look at this outline for this section right here, you can see that there's quite a bit of roof overhang, right? And if we click away, because of the way Revit do, it's got that outline there, and sorry. All right, it's got this outline here, and usually you don't need a whole bunch of wasted space and yada yada yada. Sometimes you also have like elevations that need to be a slightly different dimension. So what you can do is you can come in here and I did that kind of quick. So click, double click on that, single click on that, and you get these edit crop and size crop options right here. So if I do edit crop, I can actually come in here and I can just kind of limit the size of overhang that this drawing is going to use, but not like cut into anything in my drawing. So I can just kind of throw this little wrapper around it, chop it right there, escape a couple times to get out of the tool, a couple deletes, and green check mark. Now if I really wanted to, I should probably go in and actually just get this super accurate, and we can even use the, no, we don't want to use that line tool, and just jump around. Just make sure I cover everything here. Again, we don't have footings here, so that's going to be what it is. Nope, not going to do it, huh? Alright. So I'll just trace this out. Okay. So delete that. Green check mark. And now it doesn't have kind of that extra outline, and you can see kind of how hard that is to read. Well, it's not super hard to read, it's just annoying. So a couple different ways that you can clean this up. Now, when I set this up right here, I used that architectural 1/4 inch elevation, and it got rid of that section cut that's right there. But in my section cut, I do actually kind of want to see my other section cut. So this view template is a generic template, and so if I, and let me just make sure I get this one set up. So if I apply the same template to this one, so 1/4 inch elevations, we get a lot of the same kind of stuff going on. Okay, so a little bit of change here. So all right, so if I want to get rid of these little extra markings here, you'll eventually notice them. Let me see if I can pull them up in this view. No, okay. We will just have to, anyway, so we'll deal with it on this one. So occasionally you guys will see these little things here, and if you click on them, you get, you can see the category that it falls under. So this is the project base point. It's the only one I'm going to get, of course, because it's on top. All right, so we will go here, and this is the reason why I was so excited earlier that they actually got those in, is because I always could never find that little checkbox right there. So if I hit OK, we'll apply that, and then this guy is the survey point, and we're not using these for our drawing, so it's completely fine that we remove them. So let's do survey point. Oh, go figure, they're both in sight. Okay, so apply, okay, apply, okay. Okay, so now they're gone there. So really easy way to quickly, again, format all of your elevations and section cuts and your plan views. It helps keep your styling consistent, and then if you do need to go in on just one and go, hey, I really don't want this here, hide that one out of view. That should kind of simplify a lot of your documentation process. And again, like I was saying, or like I told you guys in class and a couple other times, I like having kind of multiple phases to work with, and then that would actually be plan views that would go into my my actual construction documents, and then a working level that I will just be working on and changing and breaking stuff, and that I can just kind of do whatever with. So let's switch gears now, and I'm actually going to go back to my plan views here. So let's see, kind of mess with viewports, kind of mess with paper and model space. Again, I think we've all kind of been over this, but just selecting title blocks. You guys should all have these now on your computers in the classroom, so you've got your title blocks there. I already have an ArcD loaded into this one. That should be all familiar to you guys at this point. The next thing is actually creating schedules and tagging things. So, excuse me. All right, so I'm going to go to, let's see, view. Oh, sorry. Where is it? There it is. That's why I wanted to go there. Okay. No. Okay. Let's see. Lost my train of thought again. Okay. So, annotate. There we go. Okay. So, let's say that I want to tag all the doors and the windows in the model to create a schedule. So there are some tag by category options here that Revit actually comes with. So if I wanted to quickly tag all of my doors, I could click on this button right here. And then it's going to give me, let's see, show all leaders. Oh wow, we've got a lot of doors. Okay. So I'm just going to do the ones on this floor and we'll deal with it later. So I'm just going to click on the door, and sometimes it'll kind of go where it wants to go and you'll just have to move it afterwards. So let's tag all the doors on this floor, and then I can come in here, and usually you can move the kind of tag around, try and keep it about in the same place, and I think it kind of draws it a little bit far out, so I like to kind of move them back. Oh, I missed a door. Tag, actually that's the one we want. Okay. So if you just do tag all, we'll do door tags. It'll load all those. I'll hit apply. There we go. That did it way better. Now it's going to do it. Okay. So we'll do door tags. We will do window tags. I don't know if I have any windows on the level 1. Tag all. Window tags. Okay. There we go. So we got our window. Oh, I got to do it. I guess it's by floor. That makes sense. Okay. Door tags, apply. Okay, so all doors, all our windows are tagged. So now we can go to, let's get a new sheet here. Sheet, ArcD. Okay, or just D. So we have schedules right here, and schedules are basically like little mini Excel sheets that you can generate. Oh, let me slow down here. That kind of list different properties about what's in your project. These become a lot more complex, and you'll actually be kind of encountering them in the next class after this. But I want to, again, kind of get you guys prepared for what you'll be entering there. So I'm going to click on this little box right here. It's going to give me these, options, and I'm going to choose schedule quantities. So let's find doors in. Oh, they've got it here too. Okay. Phase new construction, schedule building components, category doors. Okay. And then it's going to ask for a couple different things here. So these are properties that are associated with the door models. And what we're going to do is we're just going to actually filter these over. So I'm going to go with door name or assembly name, and then let's do, and some of these kind of depend on what you want to report. They are not necessarily going to be consistent with anything. So if I do something like rough width, rough height, let's do manufacturer, and then let's say you bump something over here. If you want to get it out of there, just click on, make sure it's selected and click on this little red arrow to remove it. Yeah, I think that's good for what we're doing for this. So we got the assembly name, the rough width, rough height, and the manufacturer. Some places like having things like the K value. Where did that go? Or R value. Throw that in there. The finish, the cost, the count. So you can get a couple different things in here. So I'll hit OK, and then it's going to generate that schedule right there. Like everything else in Revit, it's going to be right here as the door schedule in your project browser. So it makes it very easy. See, some of these didn't have names. I was kind of worried about that. So you are going to run into stuff where like stuff just isn't labeled. And sometimes you can just go in here and change the name. Sometimes. No? No, not gonna let me do it. Alright. Sometimes you can. Not today. You can for cost, but I'm not gonna enter gibberish. So you can do different things here. But again, kind of... What? No, cancel. Don't do that. So yeah, these values, some of these are just going to be fixed based on what the product was or the object was. There's obviously probably going to be no manufacturer assembly name for these because I just used the generic default Revit ones. Let me see if I can actually change the name here. Let's see. Manufacturer, me, model. Is that model? Yeah. The 1, 2, 3, 4 door. Yeah, I don't see a name in here. URL description. A garage. Oops. Door. Okay. Type mark 8. I don't. Yeah, I'm still not seeing. Bleh. Key type comments. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So yeah, some of these you'd have to go in and kind of do a bit more work than is necessary for what I'm trying to show in this video. So I'm just going to kind of enter a couple of those, and then we should have now the manufacturer is me here. So that happened. Yeah, I didn't even pick up the finish. Weird. So cost $1, $2, $3, $4 count. Sure. Okay, so you can do different things here. If it's not letting, so if you have an instance where you have just sort of a column like that where you can't enter anything, sometimes you can just enter a just kind of a generic field that you could try and edit yourself. And I didn't tell you to do this, but do it. So that's a great time to have a description field that you can edit. Where'd it go? No? Where did it go? Insert column. Where did it just go? There it is. Description. Okay. Let's move that up to the top. Let's get rid of assembly name. Oh, here we go. Parameter name. Manual entry. Let's do. So project parameter can appear in schedules but not in tags, which is what we want. Parameter data, we're going to call it manual entry. Type discipline, common. I don't see single line text here. We'll do multi-line. Oh no, there it is. Okay. Text, yeah, okay. Scoot this one up to the top here, see if we can get away with this. So hit OK. Now I've got our manual entry. And so then this is where I could come in and go, let's see, garage door, 16 foot by 7 foot 8. Okay. So, pull that out. Probably don't actually call this manual entry. Call this product name, because that's the better way to do that. Let's kill that column too with the delete. So there's different ways you can modify these. I'll stop messing with it now. So we have our door schedule. Along the same vein, we have, or we can auto-generate the window schedules. So window. Ah, yes. So again, I'd probably have to, I'm not going to go through that whole process. We'll just get the width and the height. Width. And these are going to be slightly higher, or slightly different values than we saw in the other one. The rough width and rough height is going to be slightly different than I think what are just the nominal dimensions there. I always get that one backwards. But really easy to generate the second window schedule there. And then kind of just like everything else here, let's go to A104 and let's drag our door schedule in. And then let's grab our itty bitty window schedule. So these are small, they don't take up a lot of space now, but it's not unusual for a large project to basically have like, hey, your doors are this whole section on this sheet. But I think it's important that you guys know how to at least put those in for the purposes of next semester. So again, schedules right here, schedule quantities. Okay, I think that looks like that's everything I wanted to cover in this. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, that's everything I wanted to cover. So that's it for this demo. You guys will be working along the same lines for your milestone, which I will give you guys. We'll see when I give it to you guys. So, see you guys in class.